Well, hello. Welcome to the Crypto Convo, hosted by the Wall Street Wizards Academy. So exciting to be here today. We have been putting so much work into bringing you all the content today. I'm Lauren Sanders. I'm right here in downtown Detroit, and after over 2 decades in media as a news anchor and the current owner of a media marketing management firm and other businesses, I am thrilled to be joining this conversation today because our digital technologies are changing the game, and it is slowly but surely overlapping into our everyday lives, as you well know. And there are opportunities for creativity, for practical innovation applications, and for making money. And for that, we all need to be a part of that conversation. So welcome to you on this Monday, President's Day, during Black History Month. We are here for today, a day of learning from some of the best in the space. We're happy to have you joining us. Let's talk about that. Wait a minute. From all around. And yes, while this is billed as a youth summit, we know we're also welcoming the young at heart. I mean, really, this information really is important for all ages. So thank you so much for logging on this morning. We have people checking in from, let's take our little roll call, from all around the globe. Good morning to the West Coast. We got Oakland checking in, LA, San Francisco, all right, Dallas and Denver. And good afternoon to the crew checking in from right here in Detroit in the Midwest. We got Detroit checking in. Let me see. We've got Grand Rapids. We got Bloomfield, and let's bounce on up to the East Coast. We got Yonkers and Jersey coming in, and let's go to the clean South. We got Atlanta, I see. And guess what? We have international viewers. Ontario, Canada is checking in, and I'm looking across the river right now, so you should wave at me because I'm looking right at you. All right. Today is about a global view. So speaking of that international audience, good evening to our friends checking in, as I see here from South Africa and Zurich, as well as Cairo. We are spreading this message of crypto, so you are in the know. Our program today is going to be packed full of information, and we will have speakers, we're going to have sessions, and yes, we will have breaks. I know you're going to have to take a break. They're going to be fun breaks. They're going to be informational breaks. Today's program is designed really to be an extensive sampling of sorts of crypto subject areas. So when you go away, you have a base understanding, enough really to get off of square one and get into it. Our goal really is to expose you to the basics in blockchain and the related blockchain technologies in this next dimension of the web called Web 3. But did you even know what Web 2 and Web 1 were? Well, by the time we wrap up, we hope that you understand that blockchain is what is being created from blockchain technologies, and it's just changing our world. All right, but first up, I have a couple of things I need to go over here. We have some program notes for you before we jump in. Our program is scheduled, of course, for 7 hours, and we expect that you will have to take breaks. We know that. Our program today also includes everything that you read about when you register, but here's a quick highlight. We're going to talk about NFTs, careers in gaming, what is Web3, and what careers are in our future and how you can prepare for them right now. Okay, and secondly, for today, if you need any technical help, there is a support button, and take a look around on your screen. If you need some help there, just go ahead and click that button and give us the help, ask your question there so we can be sure to try to help you. And number 3, we want to hear from you today. This is interactive. That's the power of technology. Your questions will not only help you get a better understanding, but there are likely others out there who have the same question. So no question is a wrong question. Please ask away. And here's the template. When you ask, we ask that you please give us your name and from where you are live streaming. All right, number 4, if you are not ready to take notes, don't do that ever again. Prepare yourself with paper and pen. Some of us do still use paper and pen, I do, or some sort of digital device so that you can take notes. There may be names, organizations, and things that you need to reference later so you can do deeper research. Get ready to do that. Get your paper and pen now, okay? And our final program note, expect to receive a post-event survey. And for those of you who fill out that survey and return it, send it back to us, we will send you an ebook. And this ebook is what we're calling kind of like a starter kit of sorts. It's packed with information from today's summit because we appreciate you filling out the survey. So we want to be your community. All right. Let's launch the summit. What you laughing at? We're going to start it off today by introducing you to the reason we are all here today. William, as I know him, Bill Thomason. He is the founder of the nonprofit putting on today's program, the Wall Street Wizards, the Academy. And he has dedicated himself to sharing information and training in the area of financial literacy, particularly in Black and Brown communities. And he started his journey browsing the financial pages growing up right here in the city of Detroit on the West Side, being raised by his beautiful, deeply compassionate, talented, and intelligent mother who I knew and loved. Instead of, guess what, Bill buying the latest sneakers when he was 13, guess what Bill did? Bill bought his first stock. And if we could do chat back and forth, I would ask you, do you know what stock that was? A stock that's been going strong since Bill was 13. If I did like a little, would you know? Coca-Cola, that's right. And he's gone on then to Michigan State University. We won't hold that against you, Bill. You know I'm a Wolverine. And he spent many years working as a hedge fund manager, really successful, managing $300 million plus all over the place. And he's an author. Look up his book, Make Your Money Work for You. And that's what today is about. So welcome, Bill. We're so glad that you're here this morning.
Thank you, Lauren. And so first of all, anything Lauren tells y'all about us growing up when we was kids, don't believe it.
Okay,
so
Bill.
I just have to say, thank you all again. This is my heart, my passion. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm all about educating not only our community, but the young people in it. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention some of the names of the shoulders of the people that I stood on today, the Reginald Lewises of the world, one of the first black billionaires, Madam C.J. Walker, Travers Bell, Willie Daniels, the first two blacks to have a seat on the New York Stock Exchange. So we have to give honor and tribute to them because we stand on their backs. All right. And with that, I just want to turn it over to my man, Dr. Boyce Watkins.
Well, Bill, if you don't mind, I'm going to give Dr. Watkins a proper intro. I did sketch out a few little concepts. Joining us this morning, I'm so pleased to be able to be right here sharing the screen with Dr. Boyce Watkins with his PhD in finance from the Fisher College of Business at the Ohio State University. Dr. Watkins is an acclaimed author, and he is a thought leader and founder of Black University. Dr. Watkins is a strong proponent, if you have not heard him, for creating self-sustaining communities, and he has a vast set of resources to help you in that regard. And he has many programs as well, and you can avail yourself of those at blackintelligentpeople.com. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me. And let me just say that it's an honor to be here, and it's such an honor to speak to everybody. And I assume it's okay for me to spend a couple minutes kind of breaking a couple things down. Is that all right? Is that?
Well, we have one more introduction because we have someone else that's going to join right here at the top of the show.
Then I will say that my apologies. But go ahead, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
We are so excited to hear everything you have to say, but we have got John Salley, and if you know John Salley, he ain't gonna wait too long. Finally, we want to kick this morning off with four-time, not one, wait a minute, not two, not three, but four-time champion, NBA star John Salley. And if you followed his journey, you know he is not only successful on the basketball court, but he's also a super successful entrepreneur in many areas. I mean, when he gets passionate about something, he takes hold and he makes it grow and blossom. He owns a vegan cafe. And for the purposes of brevity, because he's doing so much today, we're going to focus on one of his areas of interest because he has a new crypto show podcast launching soon with a special twist. Good morning, John. So glad you're here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sanders.
Very good indeed. Welcome again to each of you, and thank you for taking this time this morning to really to share the message. Technology lets us get together. John's, where he is, probably out of the West Coast. Dr. Boykin, this is just fantastic.
I'm in Bali. I'm in Bali right now. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Are you in Bali, really?
No, but I'm gonna act like it.
But all right. Well, let's start off. And I think a great place to start is, hey, wherever you are, you in Bali, or you in Michigan, or you could be in Baltimore. The fact of the matter is February is Black History Month. Okay. So wherever you are, if you in the metaverse or you sitting here in downtown Detroit, February, because of Carter G. Woodson, is Black History Month. So we are celebrating, we are finding more and more information being shared about the deep and foundational contributions that Black people have made. And that's a deep and vast expanse of information. So let's tailor that though to a discussion around finance, considering today's summit focus. So let's start out with all of you by sharing a bit from where we have come from financially. There are many Black people who made outstanding and remarkable contributions in the area of finance. I can think of several here in the city of Detroit. Dr. Watkins and Bill, why don't you guys give us your reflections?
Doc, why don't you go first? They're going to hear enough from me all day.
So specifically reflections on, I'm sorry, could you clarify that for me real quick, if you don't mind?
Well, what we want to hear from you, Dr. Watkins, in my having an opportunity to take in a lot of what you share, you are very clear about the Black journey in America. And we know that financially, there has been a lot of lockout, a lot of laws against, a lot of policies, but despite all of that, we've done many wonderful, remarkable achievements. We have achieved a lot of things financially. And if there are any reflections that you think the young people or any of our viewers should know, we just want you to share those off the top.
Yeah, well, you know, the thing about the specialness of being Black in America is that there's really never been any human being in the history of the world that's built like the African American. There's no group of people on earth that can say they survived the slave dungeons, that they survived the Middle Passage where half of us died on the way over, that they survived 250 years in the most brutal slavery known to man, another 40, 50, 60, 70 years of Jim Crow mass incarceration, the war on drugs, and whatever they're doing to us right now. We survived all of that. And in that regard, I think that I personally reject any identification of our people as being disadvantaged or broken or incapable. I think that we are the most capable people on the planet, and I think that there's evidence to say that that's true. With that said, one of our superpowers among many is the ability to make $1 out of 15 cents. You know, a lot of us had like Jesus turned the water, the water into wine and took one fish and fed 1,000 people. I didn't read the whole Bible, but I remember those stories. My daddy's a preacher, and I see that. You know, if you think about that single mother who feeds 5 kids with $200 a week, things like that. I mean, we know, all of us know stories like that. Some of us live those stories.
Absolutely.
And so in that regard, we are especially well equipped at taking things to the next level when we get the information, when we encourage each other to prepare ourselves for the future, when we make sure that all of our people are well informed on what's going on. We always rise to the top, whether you're talking about sports or investing or academics or anything like that, right? So I personally think, and I'll say this, and then I'll be brief on this, but the key idea here is, if you want to win a battle, and economics is all about power. Power is economics, it's all connected. So if you want to win that battle, if you want to win that competition, then I would encourage people to think about something. I watch a lot of war documentaries in terms of how war works and all this other stuff, and I realize that people tend to win wars when they have what I call the 4 I's, and that's information, innovation, and infinite industrialization. So information means that if you think about World War II, I remember that the British had to get information on what the Germans were doing. They had to get information on how to crack the German code, stuff like that. And so the side that had the most information was able to win the war. So for our people, when they make those jokes about how if you want to keep something from a Black person, you just put it in the book. Well, those jokes need not apply. They don't apply to intelligent people in our community, for those that really want to win and compete. And so that information is critical. Today, we're sharing information. Take it
Right.
all in, take notes, write it down. Number two, innovation. Again, going back to World War II, I remember they had to be extremely innovative to figure out how to invent things like radar so they can know when the German planes were coming to bomb London, or how to figure out, the German codes and things like that, where the U-boats were. Well, in this tech space, those who innovate first and most effectively tend to be those who win. And then the third area, infinite industrialization, is very basic. The reason we won World War II was not because we had the best planes or the best ships or the best submarines. The Germans had all that. They had the first rocket ships. They had the best submarines, best tanks, best everything. The difference was that we were able to mass produce at a level that they couldn't match. For every one ship they made, we made 10, right? So when you talk about organizations like Wall Street Wizards, and I see 3 minutes on the clock, I don't know if that's my 3 minutes or if that's for the whole group. Is that for the
Well,
whole
in
group?
fact, yes, it is for everyone, and we wanted
Okay, then
John
I'm
to be able
going
to
to
chime in.
finish up. I'm so sorry for that, but I'll make the point quickly. Groups like Wall Street Wizards, that's where you're mass producing, right? So when we're reaching out to all of our young people, making sure that they know the blueprint for success, we are mass producing the tools we're going to need to succeed in the next generation. With
Absolutely.
that, I'm gonna end it. And I apologize. I saw the 3 minutes. I thought that was mine, and I'm so
well,
sorry.
you know
No,
what?
it's not your fault. Lauren had a long intro on our time,
I did,
and
John.
I don't know why.
apologize.
This is live. You don't have a retake.
Live TV.
I've been waiting an hour to talk 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
Come on,
But
well,
go
you
ahead.
up. We're waiting on you, John. Chime in.
Okay. Yeah, and everything, Dr. Watkins.
That's it.
I guess the reflection is I agree with Dr. Watkins. I watched, I listened. I tell everybody. I had a teammate named Manute Bowl, and Manute Bowl said we were lost balls, and I go, that's what he called African Americans, and I said, yeah, but everywhere I go, y'all try to act like us. So I agree. This is a wonderful thing, but I'm with Kanye. This is not Black History Month, it's Black Future Month.
All right. I like it indeed. Bill, did you want to reflect? I know you had already mentioned Reginald.
No,
Lucas.
Bill gonna be on for 6 hours. I got
That's
one
right.
thing.
I'm done.
John
JohnSalley.com,
Salley, you got a lot more
JohnSalleyCryptoShow.com.
time, dude.
And then you
Come
can
on.
hear me on John Salley Crypto.com. My show is an NFT. You can go get the NFT. I can't believe Lauren spent 10 minutes on us not having a conversation.
Listen,
But I don't know what this is
we don't
about.
want you-
Wait, John. I know
Yeah.
2 brothers you need to have on your show. That's me and Doc.
Yes,
That's right.
only.
That's right.
Anyway,
Okay.
but I do want you on the show, and I do think the future is about us. No longer can you say, well, we were left out. We got people like I was so happy to be on with everyone, but with Dr. Watkins in general. I mean, I made the situation to make the move to Ghana. I literally follow what you say, and I pay attention, and I try to assimilate what I know to people who are willing to listen. That's why I started what I've started.
Okay. John Salley's show is coming out, and John, tell us where we can find the show.
It's an NFT, so you would have to literally go to johnsalleycryptoshow.com.
Perfect.
And the best thing is when we're gonna be doing airdrops, and when we do it, you will find out that we will have the best experience for buying NFTs and watching shows and movie. I decided to start my complete own platform. So there we go.
And John, one more time, John Salley Crypto Show.
JohnSalleyCryptoShow.com. Go ahead. 50 Cent got some pre-sales. We're launching tomorrow on the 22nd, 2/22/2022.
Okay, John and Dr. Watkins, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here off the top live. Yes, we're going to be here all day. So guess what? Maybe if you want to come back, you can chime in. But we so appreciate all the depth of what you're bringing to the community. So coming up next, boys and girls, this is why you're here, for this sort of important information. But coming up next, we're talking about the blockchain block party. I mean, is it a party? I don't know. Wait a minute. We're going to find out. I mean, what is the blockchain? We'll be right back after this short break.